gentlemen, welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D time. This is game 2 this evening, an adventure I have entitled Needle in a Haystack. But before we dive into the adventure, let's just take a minute to introduce all of our wonderful characters this evening. First and foremost, right up in the front, we got Fawkes 6. Fawkes, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Fawkes, I'm doing wonderful. How's a day in the life of Fawkes? Is it you feeling good?
Oh, it's pretty good. Wake up in the morning, do the adventures, go on some quests, help some people.
Fawkes, what are like the major
manage
struggles
the
in your life?
kingdom. I don't know. Just boredom, I guess, sometimes.
Oh shit, sometimes you just get bored?
Yeah. Sometimes you can
That's
get lonely, sometimes you can get angry.
but Fawkes, you have so many adoring fans. How do you get lonely?
I don't know.
No, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, Fawkes, I know that you are the king of the tree people. Do you spend a lot of time in the tree kingdom?
No, there's plenty of other kingdoms I can go to.
Do you
But,
spend any time in the
yeah,
tree
everyone.
kingdom? Okay.
A little bit. I think a few of me.
Uh-huh. Not your preferred kingdom?
True. I like it there. It's quite nice. A lot of trees, a lot of
Uh-huh.
kingdom.
That's
What
a
more
lot
could
of
you ask for?
You know what? Fair enough, Fawkes. Well, welcome, of course, back to the adventure. Hopefully, this will help to combat some of that boredom you've been dealing. Um, our next hero,
Yes.
our next hero this evening is none other than the magical girl, magical lizard. We've got Krixus, blessed by the cloud. Krixus, how are you? It's been a long time, my friend.
Praise the cloud! Yeah, hunting those red Buatoas quite exhausting.
You know, I'm wondering, Krixus, you've become incredibly powerful since we first met you and first heard the terrors of the Red Kuatoa. Have you been able to like deal with them once and for all yet, or are they
No.
elusive? They're just so wily.
It's those darn heretic conch followers. They make more than Sahagins. I think they just need to be stopped.
I see. Need to go in there and kill. So the Sahagin are making the Red Kuatoa?
Yes.
Oh gosh. So it's like an experiment. They're inflicting vampirism onto these Kuatoa, and bada boom, you've got the Red
Yes.
Kuatoa.
Yeah. And I know they don't taste good either.
Well, that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Like, Kuatoa normally make excellent sashimi if you're into that kind of thing.
No, they're delicious.
Yeah, but when they're when you get the vampirism in there, it's just like it's so irony. It's just not pleasant anymore.
Taints the meat.
Yeah. Well, Krixus, have you been cooking anything exciting lately? How's the cooking? How's your traveling show, Cooking with Krixus? How's it been going?
It's been going all right, but handwiches and feats aren't going real well outside of the swamps.
It's weird. I don't understand why.
I don't either.
I love like flat pieces of dough with a little bit of sauce and hands all over them. That just sounds so appealing to me.
Just remember that the younger that they are, the more tender the meat. And sometimes you can get nice, soft bones as well.
Mm.
The best part's the marrow. No, you got to get all of that.
Well, Krixus, I'm sure that it'll just take some time for the rest of the world to undergo their cultural renaissance and really be able to appreciate your cooking.
Absolutely.
And of course, welcome back to the adventure. I hope you have a good time.
I will.
Our next hero this evening is the Dread Emperor himself, Nijel Astrada. Nijel, we were talking about kingdoms earlier with Fawkes. How's the conquest been going? The Trail of Blood?
It has been going quite well. While I know that iron and such is fit for plebeians, I've been working with a dear acquaintance of mine to get something a bit more formidable for my...
Oh, what have you been looking for? I assume this is like a weapon? Or is this a soldier?
Nothing quite that way, just improving the general equipment. A step beyond iron and things made so rash and carelessly. A rather accomplished smith of mine, or acquaintance, I suppose, seems to have quite an idea of what to make.
Uh-oh. That's really worrying. I mean, that sounds exciting. I'm really happy that things seem to be looking up for your trail of conquest. Yeah, I mean, do you do anything else besides conquest, like in your downtime, or is it just all conquest? Are you just full Attila the Hun here? But I mean, more
You see.
refined. You're more like Hannibal,
A bit of both,
but without the
really.
losing.
Like Genghis Khan.
Yeah, there we go. Is that
That
is that
is quite
appropriate?
an apt reckoning.
But do you do anything on the side?
Oh, something. It'll be nice to get out, stretch my legs in a whole new land, see its scenes, quantify their defenses. It'll be quite the experience.
All right. Well, you know what? I wish you the best on this adventure. Yeah, have a good time, Nijel.
You're too kind, Master Joe.
And of course, last but certainly not least this evening, Michael Verity, King of Order and King of Miradara. Michael, how are you?
Hello, I am doing absolutely wonderful today.
I feel like you're always doing absolutely wonderful. I feel like
I mean, of course.
whenever you're here and I ask, oh, how you doing, it's always super cheerful.
Yeah, because you want to know something? Every
Mhm.
time I'm at my kingdom, it's either A, I get to see the peaceful kingdom and enjoy the view, or B, I get to kill something and protect the
Oh,
people.
jeez.
And that makes me proud.
Well, Michael, I'm fair enough. I mean, you know what? There's some there should be some pride in being a strong and effective ruler for your people. And speaking of your people, today's adventure is going to bring you to the kingdom of Miradara.
And I'm happy to show my three friends here, which it's funny. We have another king, an emperor, and a religious guy. So this will be interesting.
Religious guy? I mean, I would call myself a shaman of my people, but
How
Yeah.
disrespect.
A
My
spiritual leader.
apologies.
A spiritual leader.
Okay,
yes.
a spiritual
This is
leader, a
gold.
correction. So this will be an interesting tour to give to my people.
Mhm.
For
So, I guess, Michael, as the adventure is beginning today, the three of you were called in by Bartholomew. The three of you being Fawkes, Krixus, and Nijel. And as you kind of arrived at the shop, by this point, Bartholomew was out testing his new drift globe that he had just gotten. But Roger and Michael still remain. And Michael, you've been chatting. You've been chatting with Roger, and before you were chatting with Bartholomew for some time about something that had come in. Apparently, there had been a request sent in from the Kingdom of Miradara requesting specifically your aid. And obviously there's a large sum of money that was sent as well, as always, to deal with an issue kind of on the outskirts of the kingdom. And so, as the three of you come into the Bartholomew shop, you see Roger chatting with Michael. And Roger says,
all right, Michael. So basically what it looks like is, do you remember Klrruuugthat? He's that orc that one time, that orc war chief?
yeah, the one that was going to kill the kobolds, but I told him not to.
I think that was actually before I started working here. No, well, I mean, I don't know, he's a farmer from your kingdom or something, some sort of farm. And I guess they're having some problems with something out there.
Yeah, that's what I've been told myself.
Yeah, well, I figured since I don't know why they sent a request both to us and to you, but I guess since they asked for Bartholomew's help, I might as well send you out. Hey, it's everyone else.
Oh, I guess I'm bringing these 3 along.
Well, normally, yeah, we have 4 people go on an adventure. We're not going to just give you all the money.
I mean, of course. I mean, I can't have all the glory.
Hey, wait.
Howdy, Fawkes.
So how come you're having to hire us to save your own kingdom? You're not enough king to do it by yourself?
It
Oh,
would seem that way.
Oh, guys, come on, relax. I'm hiring you.
The little gnome looks up toward you all, tempting to be
I see,
intimidating,
I
but
see.
certainly not.
So what's going on in Miradara?
Oh, I don't know. Something about needles. I guess they're a gang or something. Anyway, I'm just gonna
Wow.
teleport you over there. That's all. Once you're there, you guys got to figure it out.
All
fair
right,
enough.
sounds good enough to me.
I think I can easily help. I can easily show you guys around once we get there.
All right. Well, in that case,
And Roger kind of goes over to the wall and starts to draw a sigil of teleportation upon it. And after a few moments, vroom, a bright light shines over, and you can see right through the wall as though it's a hole. And you can see a beautiful, sunny kind of countryside on the other side. He says, "All right.
I assume we walk through this.
I mean, you can. It's only going to be there for about a minute, so you probably should head through pretty quick."
Alley oop! I just yeet through it. Just
Okay, you just leap through. The rest of you just walk
Alonzi.
after. Okay.
No.
All right.
I throw a handwich through first. I want to make sure it's safe.
All right. The handwich flops on the ground. It hits Fawkes probably on the back as Fawkes is the second one through. Then falls on the ground. Gets some dirt on it.
Oh, it's just extra season.
Extra zesty.
That's right.
So yeah, you leap through the portal and find yourselves.
Some of that ground seasoning.
Brings out the earthy spirit.
Yes. Nothing like some good.
All
Is there like
very
a farm around
natural.
here? Is there like a farm around here?
Well, actually, yeah. As you kind of come through the portal, you find yourself in a pleasant countryside. You see small little farmhouses all around. You see fields kind of going off and into the grand distance. And Michael, if I understand correctly, there's pretty much a giant castle just over the kingdom of Miradara, right?
yeah, that's probably somewhere in
You-
the distance.
As you like look up into the sky, you see the sky, but you also see the roof of like a large castle.
I'm just gonna point, and then I'm just gonna like, welcome to my kingdom, everyone. Well, more specifically, the countryside. That I just point to the castle is where the capital is.
I
All
pick
right,
up.
I point.
Go ahead.
I point to even a larger castle floating above it, and that's my castle. I'm just kidding.
I,
But
And for a second, the clouds almost look like a castle, but they disperse.
I pick up my handwich. Yeah, nothing like that good ranch flavor. And then take a big bite of my handwich.
Uh-huh. You take a bite out of it. It's
Yeah.
the dirt tastes like a little better here than maybe like you're used to.
I go down and scoop some in a pouch. I need some for later.
all right.
It's
So what about this
expertly-
gang? Do you know anything about them? This is your kingdom, after all.
Well, nearby it should be a. If I remember correct, it should be the
Yeah.
town of Krrruuugthat or something. It should be a small farming town.
And yeah, look around. You are in the town of Krrruuugthat, Michael. You've been here many a time before. And yeah, Klrruuugthat is the kind of retired Orcish Warchief-Turned Farmer who leads this community.
Yes.
Or he's like their representative, rather.
Yep.
You know.
And I'll lead you to the small little town of the farming town of Krrruuugthat, and I shall lead the 3 to it.
Okay. Yeah, you're walking for a couple minutes. It's really not all that far. And eventually you find yourself entering into a small little country town. There are carts traveling to and fro, being pulled by actually large lizards, not like horses. You see primarily orcs around here, although there are a few halflings around. The orcs are dressed like farmers. They're not wearing what you normally kind of expect orcs to be wearing, which are blood-stained hides and things like that. At least orcish warbands. But yeah, there's a bunch of orcish farmers walking around, and as you all kind of enter the square, there's some whispers as they see you all kind of coming, and they are kind of whispering among themselves, clearly recognizing some great heroes have arrived. None of them have dared approach you yet. Is there anything you'd like to do? You've entered in a bit of a square, like a town square.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna greet my people.
Okay.
I asked Fawkes, do you want some of this marrow toast? It's delicious.
Marrow toast? Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
It's like a piece of toast.
What's it? Alright, I'll take a bite of it.
Bone marrow, like, been roasted on toast.
Oh, that's pretty rich.
It's delicious.
That is delicious, actually. I'll do a drinking motion, in the air with a fake cup. Be like, hey,
Okay.
can I get a drink around here? Looking at the owners, the orc farmer.
Yeah, can you roll me a persuasion check?
Absolutely. I'll have my sunglasses on as well. Give me that +1.
Yeah, you just kind of raise your sunglasses and make a drinking motion, and a couple of the villagers, it looks like there was an orc, a couple of orcs that had come out of a tavern nearby. And they kind of go back inside, presumably to get some refreshments for you all. The orc slaps his head dumbfounded, why didn't I think of this already? And he kind of goes in. And Michael, you greet your people. Is it kind of like a hello? It is I, Michael, here to, is it something like that? Or is it more of a...
something similar to that.
Pretty grandiose?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like most of the town is kind of gathered around you all. Probably a good 100 or so orcs. And, they're all watching, and they're whispering to each other, and they seem very excited. And after a few minutes, one of the orcs in particular, a very, very large, this would have been like a war chief probably if this were a war band, approaches you. It says, hello, Lord Verity. And he kind of he gets down on one knee and looks down. He's being respectful
Kneeling
toward
before
you.
Kneeling
Yeah,
before
exactly. But
I
he's
just
also
tell him-
inadvertently kneeling before the group of you.
In greetings to you, you may rise.
Thank you, my lord. Of course, I am Klrruuugthat. Thank you all for heeding my message.
Fuck's sakes.
Oh, I know well of you, Mr. Sakes. Master Sakes. He kind of nods. Lord Sakes. Fuck's sakes. Fuck's sakes, yes. And he kind of looks toward you, Master Cloud. He kind of nods toward you, Krixus. And then he looks toward you, Nijel, and quickly looks away, he's kind of intimidated by you.
So it's still alive. Impressive.
Says, yes, anyway, I was hoping you all could help us out. We've been having a bit of a problem as of late. The crops have been being burned and the livestock been taken away, and we don't know what's been going on. It's all just happened in the night. It was kind of, I don't know. A few people have even been killed.
That is unfortunate.
I thought at first maybe it was some ruffians and having too much to drink in the tavern, but I mean, no one in the town has killed anyone since we gave up a life of war.
Maybe it's some unknown horrible monster that we must go.
Doesn't seem likely that it's a monster if multiple crops are being burned. Seems like something humanoid in nature.
Well, on the bodies, we find many of them stuffed full of little needles.
Ooh, sounds like you need to take out those needles, put out your crops, and also take back those
Do you?
What?
take back your livestock. Sorry.
Is there one of the bodies nearby?
Um, right down the road, we're preparing them for burial. But we could of course bring you all there if it would help.
Yes, I'd like to take a look.
Hmm.
Somewhat
do
of
you-
a natural sense.
It seems like the mark of a group of killers. But
That's
which
what
gives
I assumed.
I think I might have an idea. Let's check the body first.
Are
Absolutely.
they like needles? Like the needles that you use to sew socks or something?
Well, yeah, actually they are, and they're all threaded between each other too. It's very strange. I mean, I've never seen something quite like it.
Could it be like a pack of old grannies that went rabid and wild? Ooh.
Hey, we
I
don't
Yeah.
talk
wouldn't,
about what ate before.
I don't know. I look. I farm. I've given up a life of murder. This seems senseless. Like our livestock's hardly even worth anything.
Well, you guys used to be murderers, right? Why don't you just protect?
He kind of
You
like
know how to fight.
looks down dejectedly. I mean, we could, but when we came to this kingdom, I swore an oath never to fight again. He looks toward you, Michael. Kind of nods.
It's
That
like
is
you
fair
waver his
enough.
oath, Mike. Ah, seriously?
Declawed and defanged.
I would say more we're stronger than our primal instincts. We've controlled. Anyway, that's not the point.
I mean,
Yes, that's why also strong that creatures are coming in and burning your fields. Come to the bottom.
I'm just saying it'd be useful or nice to have some other people fight with. If there
Master
is
Verity,
stuff to fight.
would you like us to try and rally a militia for you?
That would be that. Actually, if you could rally as many people, not just the militia. I have a bit of an idea.
Oh, okay. Oh dear. All right. Well, I guess it's right down the road. There's a small graveyard. It's just the shack next to that. They're preparing the body. If you'd like to head over there and check it out, I'll
In
go
it-
see who I can get together.
Yeah, because I wish to prepare a speech for the people.
Very well. He kind of nods and looks for like permission to leave.
You may go.
Thank you, my lord. And he heads off.
You're an interesting king, Mikhail.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
show me the way.
I will show them that. Well, I will go to the graveyard. I will take the adventurers to the graveyard so we can examine the body for evidence.
Yeah. So now, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong at any point. But are the graveyards in Miradara like a similar, or like the same kind of design? Do they all look similar, or
The
are they?
gravestones?
Oh, the graveyards themselves, right? Are they like wrought iron fences, or is it like everything's all marble and nice? Or
I mean, it would be wrought iron. I mean, it depends on the town. It would depend on the town, really. In the capital, it would all be nice looking. But for Grong, it would be more like it would mostly be like, since I allow some freedom in religion, they can bury them how they want, and the graveyard's basically Orcish style mostly.
okay,
If that makes sense, because it is an orc
yeah,
town.
yeah. So it's not really what you would normally expect a graveyard to be. Not just like wrought iron fence, but there are some like wooden palisade like structures set up, small kind of spiked posts, probably more just to keep creatures from getting in than anything else in particular. And yeah, as you enter into the graveyard, you see there is like a little shack nearby inside there, and you can see that the actual gravestones are just kind of like rocks that have had things kind of scraped into them. They're not like super fine gravestones this far out. But yeah, if you go over to the shack, you see that there are two orcs. One of them has a whole bunch of what look like little tiny rocks and like beakers of not beakers but like containers of liquid, like embalming fluids or something like that. And the other one just kind of looks bored, like an assistant of some kind. Yeah, you guys all walk over and they go, "Oh, hello."
As we walk by the graves, though, I'm gonna use Druidcraft to make little clouds that kind of rain on all the graves.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
As like I walk behind the tree or something, and I come out the other, looking a bit different somehow. It looks like I've changed my appearance using
What do you?
this
What do you look
sword,
like?
alternate timelines. It looks like I have like a Hawaii shirt on, with like some fancy sunglasses, flip flops, shorts,
Yeah, absolutely. So Fox,
carrying around that drink they gave me.
are you still wearing the towel?
Oh yeah, totally.
Excellent, but otherwise you still have the Hawaiian shirt and everything.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, Fox, you just kind of like you walk behind the tree, and as you just walk out behind the other side of it, you're only out of view for a second from the camera, but you've changed. And as you all kind of approach, Fox is kind of taking up the rear because of a slight detour to go around the tree. The main gravekeeper guy who's got the salt and the embalming fluids like, "Oh, hello." Oh, he seems kind of like frazzled. "I'm sorry, I didn't expect to be greeted by," and he kind of like looks down. His clothes are dirty. He's wearing like a dirty tunic. He's like, "Oh, I'm not presentable. I'm sorry."
No,
Lords?
we're fine.
Nice to meet you. I'll like put out my hand.
You put your hand out.
Yeah.
He kind of like looks between Michael and you.
I just
the
nod
hand,
like
and,
it's okay. You're totally fine.
He cautiously puts the hand out and shakes your hand.
I shake his hand,
It's nice
firm
to
grip
meet you.
tight. Yeah, it's nice to
grip
meet you
his hand
too.
tight.
Well, not like crushingly.
Not like threateningly tight, just like a firm handshake.
Yeah, firm handshake.
Yeah.
And then
despite
I'll
being timid, he's got a pretty firm one too.
I'll wipe my hand off on Michael.
I look at it, I'm just gonna look at you disgusted, like, for Fawkes' sakes.
The orc. I'm sorry. What do I owe the honor of having 4 incredible heroes and lords to stop by my humble shack?
We're here to investigate the bodies to gather evidence.
Yes. Where is one so I can have a look?
Yeah, and you can like see past him into the shack, and there is clearly a body on like a table. Please come in. Short Fang, get water so we can clean things up. And the other orc goes, oh shit, all right. He kind of begins to move off to get some water, and you all kind of come in, and you see this body has been laid down on the table, and they're laid down like head face down, basically. And you can see that in their back, there's a single like needle that is like stuck into the base of their neck, but then like sewn onto their back with like white thread is this weird pattern that kind of looks like chaos to all of you. It doesn't like make any sense looking at it.
Like it's a scar or something?
No. It's like white thread that's been sewn through their back.
And it's sewn into a pattern.
Yeah, well, sort of. It's kind of erratic.
This is very disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross looking.
Pretty disgusting.
I'd like to roll a check, see if it's any kind of religious cult or anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking between the scar and Michael, you haven't managed to piss off any of the warlocks of fashion, have you?
Why would the warlocks of fashion that dictate the laws of fashion be mad at me? And if they were mad at me, why attack this poor orc town?
Have
your
you
subjects
seen
are
your
property.
The orc looks to go, we found him just last night out by the field. We were thinking maybe it was some kind of animal that was taking things away, but, well, evidently not. You want me to flip him over? He's pretty bad on the other side.
Do I
How
learn anything?
long does it look like he's been dead?
Looks like he's been dead, like probably killed last night. Is your guess looking at him?
Do
But
I
he's
learn?
pretty fresh.
Do I know anything about this?
Yeah, Krixus, looking at the pattern, it seems kind of erratic, but you're looking at it and you're making some sense of it because you're saying like, okay, I see where like maybe like it was sewn and a piece of skin like had been torn because maybe he was handled too roughly and the pattern was distorted a little bit. But as you're looking at it, when it was whole, it could have looked something like a spider's web. And that reminds you of a certain friend of yours, a drow friend of yours, who kind of worships Wolf, but not really that much.
Well, I have a couple of friends like that.
Yeah. Everyone's got a friend who kind of worships Wolf.
Yeah.
But that kind of looks like a spider web, almost. But again, it's gotten messed up since moving this person from wherever they fell.
How big is this needle?
Like dead guy's face. Yeah, how big is this needle?
The needle is it's pretty large. It's way oversized for like sewing, unless you were sewing something real big. Probably a good 3 inches long.
So something like used for leathercraft or something like that?
Yeah, I think as part of, I'm going to count this as part of that religion check, and this is just kind of you investigating a little. Well, actually, if someone wants to roll me a medicine check, they can like really investigate the body more. Yeah, is anyone going to help? Is anyone else looking into it?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I want to see how old how long he's been dead, so I'll help him.
Okay, so Nijel, you breathe in your divine sense, and this body has been desecrated. And you can tell that symbol that's been sewn into the back is what is desecrating the body. So that's something you can tell with your divine sense. And Krixus, as you and Fawkes' sake start like looking at this guy, you're like looking at the needle, and you can see that it's actually broken off of something. Like it used to be attached to something much longer, maybe like a really weird short-tipped spear, or you're not certain. It also, actually, now that you're looking at it, it's not like metal. It's stained with blood, but it appears to maybe be like some sort of chitin or bone or something. You're not super sure. But yeah, it's been broken off of whatever it was originally attached to. Also, as you kind of like go to flip the guy over, just a puddle of viscera kind of like splues out onto the ground, as he is just, it looks like he's completely decayed on the inside.
Oh, cool.
So it looks so he's been magically decayed from the inside out.
Yeah, it looks like it. And the orc's like, oh gosh, and he like goes to make sure that like you don't get covered in grossness, Michael. But you're far enough away that's not a problem. The other orc runs back. He's got the bucket of water. Oh, I've got the water. Oh shit, he's all over the place. I need more water.
Imagine
one moment
splashes up on me and I'm unbothered.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll like go up and shift my sunglasses up and be like, "Hey, wake up! We need to talk to you." The dead guy.
Well, I have something just for that, but first let me prepare. I'll take the silvers.
I'm not very good at dead whispering.
I will
whispering.
Take my silver skinning dagger, carefully slice the threads.
Okay.
I'll then put them off to the side, burn them and produce flame.
Sure, no problem.
Pull out the needle, so to speak.
Sure. You do.
Throw it into the fire.
Okay.
Burn it. Then I'll use Druidcraft. Create a small cloud.
Okay.
That slowly washes over this, and then I will use. 1 second.
The orc's like watching, and it's like, I'm not sure he worshipped the cloud, but I guess it's better than whatever was happening to him.
I will use my item that is called
the yes/no candle.
Yep.
tea lantern? The
The
tea light?
tea lantern. Tea light.
Okay. Now, while you're like doing all of that, Krixus, Nijel and Michael, are you two doing anything? Because Nijel, you could tell that this person had been desecrated by that symbol. And Michael, you've just been watching and listening as everything's been going on. Did you want to do anything as Krixus prepares this ritual?
I'm trying to think if I could. I don't think I would know anything about it. Like, I don't know if there's a check. Could I make like a history check if there was like a group of people that were known to do something like this? I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you absolutely could. Also, Nijel, you were talking to Michael.
You know, Mr. Verity,
Hey.
considering this symbol pressed into his back seems to be quite the desecration, you may want to call your clerics to deal with the other bodies mentioned before they blight this land. Such a shame that this
I
village
shall
would
do
fall.
that. I shall bring my clerics from the capital over. However, we need to remove the source of the problem before they spread this plague further.
Just saying, but looks like these needles are like some sort of chitinous bone. Could be like I don't know, beast, something. Maybe they're working together with like a cult gang.
Well, I guess we'll have to look into it. So, anyway, Jeremy, what does my history check tell me?
Yeah, so when you were first, I'm sorry, when your father was first kind of, I say conquering, but like, liberating, freeing the lands of Miradara that became Miradara, the incorporated kingdom. Or maybe it was a grandfather or some ancestor. Yeah, establishing the kingdom, which all great kingdoms have to have that originally.
Yeah, uniting.
Yeah, there were a group of drow that did live within the area that stood for something very, very different than the rest of the kingdom. They were very much about in their case, they were even weird for drow because they were all about that anarchy, that chaos, and they were sworn enemies of the kingdom for a long time. But after they were swiftly defeated, a few of them retreated, and they really haven't been seen since. It's possible that this could be a resurgence of them, but you know that only a handful survived. It couldn't have been more than 5 or 6. And that was like a long while ago.
Yeah, but they could have. This might be the work of a reforming group of anarchists. From what I remember, my father and my father before him have fought these anarchists before. They drove them out, but it seems according to this, they might be back for vengeance.
Could you be more specific? What kind of anarchist in particular?
Well, they were all drow, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that might explain all the
dark magic.
thread. I was thinking more like spiders and like weaving web.
Yeah, it might also explain the religious thing they worship. But
Do you not
anyway,
have a temple dedicated to Lothian? I thought you were quite active about your religious freedom.
well, I am, but I didn't think it would go this far. As I do, like I said, I do like religious freedom, but I don't allow murder based on said religion.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, what's your idea on chaotic gods? I thought you were the Kingdom of Order.
I am the king of order, but we can talk about this later. Besides, I should probably check on the chieftain.
The orc who's kind of standing there, he says, well, is there anything else I can do for you all, or you were saying,
Can I
Dread
get a
Emperor,
refill?
what did you have?
It's just like makes everything. I don't know.
He kind of hands the
one of everything. Yes, one of everything.
Well, He kind of grabs his assistant. Go get them whatever they want. The orc looks at you. All right, you just want a lot?
Yeah.
All right,
Meanwhile,
I'll just go
I'm
to the
just
tavern,
gonna
I
tell.
guess.
I'm gonna tell I'm just gonna tell the other three. I'm going to check and see how if the people have been gathered. I must make a speech, an important speech, so that these people may defend themselves.
All right. See ya.
And I go to return to the square to see how that is going.
As
Do you guys
Michael
wanna
leaves,
follow?
I'll look over to Fawkes.
No,
I'll
I'm
give you a
talking to the
platinum
body.
if these drow are going
I'm talking to this body as well.
assassinate him.
Seems like Nijel is gonna prevent Mike from getting assassinated.
Oh no, I'm just betting that they're going to attempt an assassination. I'm interested in what the body has to say.
Okay, so Nijel, the orc kind of gravekeeper guy asks you to like, what do we do to like prevent the corruption from spreading? I don't know. I can show you where they were buried. There's been 2 others.
Wait, what? There's corruption?
You said there was corruption.
Yes, they've been desecrated with unholy magics.
Do you like tell them some kind of ritual? And then more importantly, is it like a bullshit ritual or is it like an act?
I could cast ceremony.
I give them a bullshit ritual and tell them to let Michael know that he doesn't need to call the cleric since they've handled.
Rude, but okay. At this point, Krixus, you have done your ritual. You've cleansed the body of all the corruption, and you have lit your tea leaf and your little tea light. And as you hold up the small, I imagine it's like in a little lantern, and the green light flickers into life. You see a green light kind of glow like a small flame in the eyes of this dead, mostly melted orc. What questions do you ask? I believe you get 3.
Yes, I get 3 yes nos.
All right, what would you like to ask the body? And I guess you can all kind of coordinate on this.
Nah, I just want to watch.
Okay. What do you have, Krixus?
Is the gravekeeper still in there?
Yeah, no, he's out doing some stuff that Nijel like instructed him to do.
Keep in mind, I did mention some historical stuff, so maybe about drows and stuff, so that might be relevant.
Well, I mean,
I'll just tell the gravekeeper like a real ritual as well. Just
Okay. He's like, I'll just do both rituals just to make sure.
Alright.
Okay.
So as the tea light flickers,
it does.
Subtle glow of.
Oh. Go ahead.
Look at it. I look at the body and say, I'm sorry for not deserve to die in such a. I do have some questions, though.
The green light flickers in its lifeless eyes as it just is still staring in the same direction.
Were you killed?
Sorry, what was that?
Were you killed by drow?
Its eyes. What is it? 1 flicker for yes, 2 for no.
I believe so.
It flickers no.
Well, that's an answer.
Were you killed by something like a giant spider?
It eyes flickers yes.
Was it only? Was there more than one of them?
He said, "Is there more than one of them?"
Yep.
Oh, its eyes flicker yes. And is it only 3 or is it multiple?
It's 3.
It is 3. Okay, it's a special one then.
Yeah. And then as the light starts to fade, I say, "Sleep well."
And as the light flickers out, the green light flickers out of the creature's dead eyes, and it's still just lying on a table dead. Its guts just a puddle on the ground around you, and not really in any shape anymore.
Looks like we have some work on our hands.
Now,
Something
Krixus,
like
I will say the guts kind of smell tasty, but like also like you really don't think you should eat.
Oh no, I'm not gonna eat those.
Mm-hmm.
There's something wrong.
I'll pat
It's
him on
been
the guts.
desecrated.
You did well.
We have some work ahead of us.
So meanwhile, Michael, you have gone to the town square. You have found the chieftain, again, Klrruuugthat, who kind of leads the orcs here. And he has gathered, I mean, a fair number of people. You gotta, I guess there are like maybe 40 orcs around. And he's like, this is really everyone we can spare. We need to keep some people around for the harvest and just to keep things working in the town.
That is fair. That is fine. That is fair enough. But and then I go to the square and I begin to make a little speech, and
Okay.
I tell them, citizens of this town of Gurn, the town of my kingdom. It appears we be threatened by an unknown force that threatens your town. We shall fight back. I know some of you have sworn off battle.
They cheer when you say that.
And I know some of you have sworn to not do battle, but I allow you to forego that oath because you should not be defenseless. You must fight back against those that threaten your community. And I pull out the sword, and I use the sword's rod of rulership feature because I'm in my kingdom.
Excellent. So you use the rod of rulership. I knew you would use this. Excellent. And what does this do?
So
they're all charmed by you.
They
for
already
8
believe
hours?
you're trusted leader.
And basically I want all this 40 of the citizens and basically most people in the town except my 3 adventurers and Klrruuugthat are going to be charmed because it's all creatures of my
I'll make a what is it? A charisma save.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? You're close enough. Go ahead.
Oh,
Nah, I'm not charmed. Plus, I have an aura that makes people immune to charm.
You don't have to charm.
No, and also I can choose anyone within that area who I don't want to charm. So I just besides you 3 and the chieftain aren't going to be charmed. But then
if you wanted to, anyways.
So I tell them. Those that can fight. I need you tonight. We shall guard. Tonight we shall guard the place. Get on the rooftops. Be ready to ambush whatever strikes. And those.
Sorry.
And then I say to those that can spare the resources, build traps. We must trap these we must try to thwart these creatures' attempts. Make sure that they never come back.
And as you swing your sword up into the sky, it glows with light, and the people all cheer as they already trusted you as leader, but now they super trust you. Like there's no doubt, even in their mind, they will charge against any foe by your side, Michael. As you have swayed these 40 orcs. All right.
Did he miss any people?
No.
Oh, I'm sure there are like some women and children orcs and older orcs, and I mean there are plenty of like women orcs that are in the masses too, ready to fight. But the young and the old probably not charming them, I imagine. Or are you like, nah, kid orcs, take your weapons?
The whole time he's talking.
And then I tell them. And then the final part of my plan, I tell them is, when the night comes, bring all the children and those that cannot fight indoors. We cannot allow this cursed plague of chaos to spread.
So the orcs cheer and they go about their stuff. Krixus, you were saying?
As he's doing this whole thing, I'm gonna ritual cast Skyride. Praise the cloud.
You're just like, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to convert as many people as I can.
Absolutely.
I dig it. I dig it. You're doing good so far. I mean, that orc down by the graveyard's like, oh, he cured all the bad stuff. It was great. So yeah, you guys, the orcs rushed about their business. I guess if you're going for everyone in the town, Michael, you can probably rally closer to 60 like able-bodied orcs.
Yeah, I was gonna go for that anyway. Just get as
I'll,
many people as possible that can fight and or try to ambush them, the beasts or whatever attack.
I'll like try to help him out. You know, like turn into like the same dress as him, like wear the same clothing, just mimic everything he said.
Similar costume. You're just like trying to look like a second Michael Verity, but you're like a little drunk looking, maybe.
I'll put on like a wig as well. Make sure I got the right hair and be like, yeah. So we go fight to take the guys. Yeah.
I just walk over and just like get that stupid costume off this instant.
I play the stick to Michael's carrot.
I'm gonna find the gravekeeper guy,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell him
Oh, welcome back.
bury all the affected ones shallow. Place rocks on them, so that way, power of the cloud can cleanse them of this evil.
Can you roll me a persuasion or religion check? Your choice.
Persuasion or religion?
Uh-huh.
Either?
Yep.
You know, Mike, if you think your own style is bad, then I can't really blame.
No, I did not say my own style is bad. I'm saying that the way he tries to imitate it, he looks like a homeless, drunken version of me.
Yeah, you know what? I bet I wear it better than you. Let's go.
He does
Yeah, I
us.
highly doubt that.
One of the
Style.
orcs walks over to you guys like, you both look you look like Michael Verity, sort of.
It's because they're both
whatever.
Michael Verity.
No, for fuck's sake, shut up!
I put my hand on Michael's shoulder. Fawkes, you really have to stop imitating Michael so much. These dear people are going to think that you're actually Michael.
I'm just gonna look really irritated, and I'm just gonna. But so I'm assuming it is currently like in the afternoon, and I'm assuming so it will be night soon.
Yeah, the orcs all know which one's which, but just so you're aware. But they definitely do humor you, Fawkes. They do seem to respect you as a great king, because obviously they respect the rule of law, and you are a king. So
Yeah, it's not hard.
yeah, they're just terrified of Nijel. So throughout the rest of the day, Krixus, you talk with this gravekeeper and you show him how to bury that body. And you think you've imparted like maybe this orc, maybe he will worship the cloud now because he buries it in a shallow grave like you instruct. And you think you got him, or at least
Nice.
At least you put that little seed of thought in his head of maybe, just maybe. So the rest of you, Michael, you wanted them to just like trap the town. Is there anything in particular, like you want them to trap the roads? You want to trap?
I want them to. Well, I want them to booby trap. I want them to booby trap their surrounding, like not like. I want them to booby trap specifically around the crops because they and the roads because they said they burned the roads and killed people in the streets.
Well,
so
yeah, they burned the crops. Then they killed. Well, they took cattle and they killed people who were like watching for animals, like basically town watchmen.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping for is if I put traps where I expect them to strike next. If they're going for the crops and the cattle mostly, then I want them to lay traps around the farm area and the roads.
Gotcha. So the rest of you all, how do you spend the rest of the day? Michael, I imagine you're instructing people. Nijel, are you also pushing that route? Like getting them like, no, this is how you build a trap. What are you doing? Or
I am trying to be as effective a stick to Michael's carrot.
Okay, so
basically
meaning
traps.
Facilitate?
If traps were food, I would be Gordon Ramsay.
Excellent. So you're just facilitating Michael's. Hey, that's good. Facilitating Michael's order, getting these orcs to like, no, this is what you do, and all of that stuff. I imagine like there's one just way too excessive trap that if someone steps on, they're fucked if they step on that trap. As well as many other smaller ones. They don't have a lot of weapons. You find out it's mostly just kind of like rakes and farming equipment. So there's not a lot of weaponry, but they make do well enough. Fawkes, do you do anything at all, really, or do you just hang out and I don't know, drink and talk to the orcs?
Order. You do this and you do that, and I'll just like sit over here.
Okay.
All right.
You just stick around.
Oh,
I'll help them like organize the people with the traps and stuff as well.
Okay.
It may not look like I'm helping, but yeah, I am.
I gotcha. You're playing it off like you're not doing anything, but actually you're assisting.
I got a watchful eye out there, yeah.
I gotcha.
Oh, and in addition to the traps, I was hoping to like have like by the time night approaches, like have a bigger watch of militia on the rooftops watching.
Yeah. I think you can get like I said 80 able-bodied orcs to assist.
Yep, that'd be great.
So
I think I'm all prepared with the plan.
what was that, Fawkes?
I just didn't want to steal Mikhail's thunder or anything.
Okay. So the orcs don't have a lot of weapons, so they have like, thrown rocks and some big rakes that they use normally for, raking up leaves. But that's really about it. But they're mostly ready to go. And
I'll
so
give them access to my large collection of magical items.
Do you?
Yeah. You can have here. You have the candy club. You take the flippin' the pride, long sword. How about you take this? Oh, I'll hand this golden dwarf ally to you. Maybe you can use it.
Like, all right. What do I just throw it at someone?
Yeah, that works. Here's Deus Volt.
So Fawkes, you're just
Oh
like
no, you
pulling
try to
all
do
these.
something with the script globe.
Excellent. You're just pulling all these random ass magic items out, and you're like, "Hey!" You're arming the people, and you're like trying to teach a little bit. It seems that they have really regressed to a degree, but they pick up pretty quickly once you give them the weapons, right? On like how to use these things.
With the
I'll just chuck a chainsaw at someone. Like, oh, don't use the gas on that one. I'm saving it for something.
one other thing I want to do, since I'd already consecrated the one body, I asked the gravekeeper if I could see another that had
another what?
Another one of the bodies.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he shows you. It's buried.
That's what I cast on. Yeah,
so you're casting a spell.
I'm gonna dig down to where I can do that.
Okay, so you dig up the body a little bit, and
just enough to where I can do that.
Yeah, you definitely detect outrageous poison, and by the time you actually get to like where the body should be, it's just the body's completely dissolved. It's just like a mud almost of liquefied flesh, and there are like some bones that are badly pitted.
Can I do a nature check to know if this is a natural poison?
It's not. You can just tell it is like spiders will do this, right? Their poison will dissolve you from the inside. This is kind of beyond that.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. What are you looking for from that?
if I can determine exactly the kind of poison or spell you.
Yeah, it'd be real high check, but go ahead. Yeah, not sure. It is some kind of supernatural poison. It could be from a spell. It could be another magical effect. It could be some aberrant or creature or some non normal creature. You're not sure what could have done it, but it definitely wasn't like normal poison.
And then I'll do the same thing, kind of cloud over it, have it rain down on.
This one's real hard to save.
Yeah.
But you do your rituals, and as the night kind of comes down and starts to set, and the sun begins to set, Fawkes, how many weapons do you hand out?
Let me actually count.
Yeah, because I need to know how many of these orcs have magic weapons, because that's actually quite relevant. I've never seen this in DnDTime before.
You loan the orcs weapons. This is amazing.
Like, is there like a really old orc out in this that is like feeble, like can't do anything?
Yeah, I'm sure there are a couple.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the first like unable-bodied orc.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give him a crown and say, just for the time, you should just wear this for protection. And I
7
and I let him
have
use
magic weapons.
7?
I let him. Oh my
7.
Oh my god! I was like, go ahead, Krixus.
And I'm gonna let him use the crown of disintellect.
Oh no! He wears the crown and he becomes
a blithering idiot.
What does that reduce intelligence by?
It makes it to 1. It takes it down to 1.
It makes it 1.
Yeah.
All right, he's just catatonic on the ground.
What was that idea for? I'm a little confused.
It's to keep him from harm. Put him in his bed. He does not need to die. He is one of the wise and old ones. Don't worry. We can make it better.
Okay, so anyway, other than that, I'm ready for the night. So once everything's prepared.
If only we had a Switch here with his flipping arsenal of glamored weapons.
Oh, Jesus. Well, night falls. There are a total of, and like orcs that are on watch, you have, let's see, you had 80 that were helping to put stuff together, but I imagine you got some of the younger orcs to help with that, like the children orcs. I imagine you don't want them to fight.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming,
total...
and especially the ones that were given weapons by my friend Fawkes. My Fawkes should also be on watch.
Yeah, so you have a total of, I'm gonna say, 47 orcs. 40 of them are they're armed with their normal stuff, and 7 of them have weird magic weapons or an assortment of magic weapons.
Yeah.
While he's doing this, I'm going to do another Skywrite, praise the cloud, and then I'm going to use Kite Shield fly. Fly around.
He's flying around, he's like, praise the cloud, praise the cloud. Yeah, okay, sure. Fly, man. You guys have a good time, basically, I think, for most of the day. And as night falls and things start to get, tiring, the wind begins to kind of blow on the night air, and you hear the chirping of insects. You start to feel like a darkness kind of looming on the town. And the orcs you've got torches set up all over the place, and I imagine you're kind of hunkered down in the city square. Most of the non-able-bodied orcs have gathered into the tavern, probably the largest and, I guess, most sound structure in the town. Have you gathered like the cattle here in the center as well, just to keep it out of the fields?
Yeah, If they go for because if they go for the square, they're the darkness forces are pretty much screwing themselves up. They'll end up in a trap if they get in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When darkness falls, I'm gonna light this. Like with Druidcraft, trying to light it, be like, damn, it's broke. Put it back away.
You're trying to light your mantle. Yeah. All right. So
As the darkness falls, I'm going to see if I can't secure a mount for whatever's upcoming.
Yeah, there are giant lizards. They have plenty of them.
Ooh. Hello, skilled comrade.
The big lizard licks its eye because that's what lizards do when their eyes get dry.
Pet it.
It does what lizards do. I don't know. Do lizards like getting pet, Krixus?
Yeah.
All right, he loves it.
Scratch it right behind its ear slot.
Mm-hmm.
Give it chin rubs. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
And as you all play with the big lizards and the darkness sets in, the orcs are really uncomfortable. You have them, Michael, if I understand correctly, set up like on the rooftops of buildings, trying to be discreet.
Yeah, try to be discreet, and also that because the spiders, like, I know, like, I'm not saying spiders, like, if the enemy has to climb up, it'll take them time to get there. So that way the orcs have a bit of a height advantage over the enemy.
Yeah, can you roll me a stealth check for the orcs as a whole?
Sure thing.
I will give you advantage because they've had all day to set up. So just roll me 2 d20s, and I will keep that in mind. Okay? So the orcs are all hidden as they think they can be. Klrruugthat and the ones that can't really fight are away. And as you all are just in the town square, the cattle kind of gathered behind you, surrounded by the giant lizards, which the giant lizards are most of the cattle here. You see a silhouette walking down the main road up ahead of you. It isn't trying to be super discreet. It's just against the darkness. It's very, very hard to make them out. It appears to be a drow, actually, a couple of drow. Did any of you do anything? They're some ways away. They appear to be just approaching.
The drow are approaching. I'm going to step in its path. Just look at it in the eyes. Okay. Be like, I'm just gonna look at, what are you doing here?
The drow. You see that there are 5 of them that are walking. There are 3 young male drow. Maybe they're young for elves, so probably early like 60s, maybe 70s, by human years. And there's one much older looking female drow that seems to be their leader, and then 2 very kind of androgynous looking drow on either side to them. They're just kind of weirdly plain looking, no distinguishing features. And
question:
the female drow, yeah.
Do they have an emblazoned white web on their bodies?
Yeah, so they're wearing just kind of black leathers. But yes, this female drow up toward the front is holding onto like a staff that has kind of a web pattern that you imagine would look very similar to that other web pattern if it hadn't been damaged at the kind of tip of the staff.
Does it look like Loth, or does it look slightly different?
It reminds you of Loth, but people worship Loth in many different ways. And as this figure, as you call them out, Michael, they stop. They're maybe, what? I mean, how close would you have yelled? Like 100 feet, maybe, or 60 feet? The range of dark vision. So
I don't have dark vision. I have a torch. Yeah,
so at the edge of your torch range. So they're about 60 feet away toward the edge of the town square, and the female says, "Are we to settle this once and for all, then, Michael Verity? Who will rule this land?"
I will not allow my land to be corrupted with anarchy and chaos that you so desire. I will not let you plague these innocent orcs any longer.
Will you let this land be free?
The land is free. I give them the freedoms that many kingdoms don't.
She kind of looks toward you, Fawkes.
Yo,
and
what's
then
up?
to you, Nijel, and then toward you, Krixus. Do you three really believe that you are serving a free king here?
They are
a
not
free
my
king.
Those three are not my subjects. Don't bring them into this.
I shrug.
They are not my subjects. They are here to assist me. I am here to defend my people, and defend them I shall.
We're bound to this one by an unfortunate contract, but should you leave this one village behind, I'm certain I can find you a land that will appreciate your strength.
She looks toward you, Krixus, and like she sees the cloud paraphernalia you wear. And you, who worships another strange god, you would let yet another oddity be crushed beneath this empire? Do you not think the cloud will be next?
Well, it depends on your form of worship.
I propose, Michael,
Talk
a
to me.
deal.
Why should I deal with those that murdered the innocent people?
If we defeat you tonight, this town will be ours, and we'll be free once more. And if you win, we will leave. She kinda, like,
Fine.
looks toward the other.
If you
the other
win,
drow.
if I win, I expect you to leave this town alone, for good.
If you win, we will be dead.
Good.
And the other drow kind of like walk up to like flank her on either side. This is how it must be then. By bloodshed.
Just like my father and father before me, I will not allow this chaos of yours to consume these people.
Very well.
I want to do something while they're doing that. I want to invoke my Hide of the Rust Monster.
Sure. I think as long as you're not doing as long as you're doing like a combat thing, I think each of you could take an action during that dialogue. Besides probably Michael, because you were talking. That was your action.
How many of them are wearing metal?
None of the drow seem to be. They're wearing what looks like leather. It doesn't even look like good leather, I don't think. Let me check.
Are they?
Oh, never mind. Shit. One of them is wearing.
We
two of them are
lost
wearing
someone.
chain shirt.
We lost someone in the chat.
Oh no, Fawkes.
We've lost Fawkes.
Oh no. Where's the?
Oh. Wonder if he realized he got dropped. Huh. Well, there we go. Welcome back, Fawkes. You all right?
So two of them, you say, are wearing chain?
Yeah, it looks like the two young male drow seem to be wearing chain shirts.
How many of them are using metal weapons?
None of them currently. None of them have any weapons drawn.
No, I'm saying I can smell any kind of ferrous. How many of them?
Yeah, they have short swords.
All of them?
No, just those two and the two male drow in the back.
Okay.
You smell no metal on the two like androgynous looking drow or the priestess. What were we saying, Fawkes? Oh. Looks like we're having a real hard time here in Fawkes.
Yeah, I guess Fawkes is having connection issues.
That is unfortunate. Let me try the Discord server fix. All right. Fawkes, you there? Well, hopefully we get that fixed in a minute. I will assume that Fawkes uses at least one of his pump-up abilities prior to this combat, as you guys are getting ready to battle. Because at this point, the priestess steps forward and says, "Tonight, Michael Verity, you will die. And I need you all to roll for initiative." All right. The drow.
I think Fawkes is having some connection issues.
Yeah, Fawkes is having some connection issues. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him back soon, and then we can get that fixed. Those will be your orc farmers. These guys. The Weaver.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, there we go.
Hey,
Alright.
Good, because
Yeah.
we thought you had connection issues there. Roll for initiative.
Just a little bit.
rocks fall, everyone dies.
I had a question. Was I asked anything or?
Yeah, basically, while they were having their dialogue, when Michael was squaring off against this woman, if you wanted, you could have used like an action that wasn't like a direct combat action. Like Krixus activated his armor because there was some talking back and forth. So as long as you weren't initiating combat, like buffing yourself up or something, I know you love to do that. Oh my god, is that the double crit fail? Oh my god. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, I wish.
Wait, no, it's just one. Okay. All right, so first in the initiative we have
Me!
Verity. Michael, what would you like to do? She
So-
seems like she is out to start the fight.
I guess I'll just like give him a kiss or something.
Okay. Fox Sakes kisses you on the cheek.
I just look really uncomfortable with Fox and like,
Oh,
that
Oh,
was
look
very.
at Michael kissing himself.
Oh, God damn.
I facepalm immediately, but who's the one closest to me?
She is actually.
Oh, the
That
leader.
you can see. Yeah, she's right up in front. Well, she's about 60 feet away from you. Like, this has been like a shouting match.
In that case,
Oh, she's
then the
slow.
fight shall begin, and I pull out a light crossbow.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot her. Oh wait, I forgot to turn advantage off. The 17 hit.
Yeah. 17 will absolutely hit her. You take out your bow and shoot her. Go ahead and give me that damage.
And as a free action, when I shout to the orcs, they are here.
The orcs all know. They can see. They've heard this
Right.
match. They're nearby
Right.
enough.
Mm-hmm. Just letting them know so they get
Would you
ready
like to do a combat maneuver with that crossbow or just shoot?
I don't think I can do a combat maneuver with that crossbow.
Okay.
I think it's only melee weapons. I think.
Okay.
It depends on the
Say
maneuver.
Specifically per maneuver.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's fine. You can figure it out, and if you'd like to do it, you can just let me know. And we
no, I won't do it. I won't waste it now. That's the end of my turn.
All right. So you command the orc farmers to attack. Was that like your goal? You wanted them to attack?
Yeah, I want them to attack, and I want them to surround them and get them.
Okay. So a bunch of the orc farmers like rush over and start to like climb down from the tops of the houses. I'd say of the 40 of them, maybe like 6 of them get in range to throw some rocks because they don't have a long range on that. But they are unseen. She didn't notice them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Jesus, and they rolled really well too. So 27, 30,
Pelted
40
with rocks.
points of bludgeoning damage. She is
Yeah.
pelted. And
I
she does
told
not
you
seem
this
to
was a
like
good
that.
idea recruiting the orcs.
She's just like trying not to get bludgeoned with rocks to death, and the orcs are like, "Get out of our town! Our king's
It's dark.
great." And then you start hearing, oh boy, you see kind of, so you can see in like the dim light her image, and you see her shadow kind of fan out into about 8 small shadows that begin to fly off toward the orcs. And they, how fast are they? 30 feet? Oh boy. So they start ripping into your orcs. Miraculously, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, only 5 orcs get cut down by this. As these shadow demons begin to rip into them. All right, Nijel, it's your move. You see these now horrible manifested shadows have reached up and are slashing at the orcs.
I will spur my lizard mount forward to run up on. How close are the drow within to one another?
The drow are pretty close to each other.
I will get as close as I can if I can get them all within about 10 feet of me.
The lizard can only go like 40 feet, so you could get to within 20 feet of them. Unless you want to leap off the mountain, like run the rest of the way.
You know what? For the drama, I shall.
Excellent. So you ride the mountain forward and you leap off the rest of the way. You could just jump right up to that main lady and you're within 10 feet of all the drow at that point.
Excellent. As I'm riding forward, I will command upon my resilience.
Okay. That's confusing because there's a cantrip called resilience.
Yeah, but it's a terrible cantrip that no one's used.
It was used effectively last session, actually. Or not last session, last week. Anyway, you command upon your resilience. Anything else?
As I come striding forward quickly after just leaping off this great lizard, I shall invoke my Shroud of Conquest.
This Weaver is about to just get trashed. All right.
And as the spectral bone-like wings come out, I'll just... I do respect your gumption and strength, but unfortunately, there's a proper sovereign in this village for once.
Excellent. So normally they would have advantage against being charmed, but they're not being charmed. So they got to roll, what is it, charisma save?
Charisma save against frightened.
So does that fail?
Oh, it just meets.
Okay. So that was like the main priestess who just got pelted with rocks. You're right next to her. The two male drow in the back.
Oh boy.
One of them is frightened.
His move speed is reduced to 0.
Hope he wore his brown pants today.
No, he wore his black pants. You might think they were his brown pants, but they're actually...
They're brown now.
And the two very androgynous-looking drow that were on either side, they had moved up to like flank the priestess. They are both frightened of you. Wow, are they capable of being frightened even? They are not immune to the frightened condition. Shit. Wow.
Their move speeds are also reduced to 0.
They hiss at you in terror. Which is not a sound that drow normally make. All right, so a lot of things are scared of you. Oh, shit. Anything else you'd like to do, Nijel?
That's all I have on my current agenda.
You see those two very androgynous drows, they scream, but then their like face kind of peels back as almost as though they are shells of drow as their bodies tear apart and these gigantic spiders crawl out of them. And you see their bodies like almost dissipating into a horrible green mist as the spider just tears out of them. Now there are two giant spiders, or human-sized spiders on either side of you.
Oh, was that on their turn?
Yep.
Yes.
They're right
super spooked. They get frightened. Oh wait, shit, no.
Right, yeah, they're frightened.
No, they take 3 psychic damage because of how spooked they are.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. They take 3 psychic damage each. That was their turn, was to transform. So... Cool. So they're both frightened. Do they re-roll saves?
No, this one only lasts until the end of my next turn.
Okay, cool. So you do three damage. We move to the next in the initiative, which is the drow in the back. One of them's terrified. He's going to shoot his hand crossbow at you with disadvantage, Nijel.
He misses.
Ooh.
He also takes that 3 psychic.
Okay. Oh no. All right, he dies. His head kind of... Is that the beginning of the...
It is.
All right, so they.
Let me double check.
Okay, it's got to be at the beginning. They're always the beginning. So the two drows just collapse. The two young male drow in the back, their ears bleeding as they try and draw their crossbows against you. Oh,
Yep.
I kind of didn't expect you to charge right up at them, but that's okay. And then we go to the Weaver. That's the woman in front of you. Is not thrilled at all of this, and she is going to. Oh boy. Not a lot of good options. She can't teleport either.
She is screwed.
Yeah, she's in rough. She's gonna disengage and run 30 feet further back. So she's now, because she's frightened. Oh, is her speed reduced to 0 actually by your thing?
It would, but she succeeded. She is not
yeah.
frightened.
Well, no, she's frightened, but she's not the condition frightened. Yeah, so she disengages and runs. So she's now 90 feet from everyone else, 30 feet from you. As she just pushes past the two now giant spiders and two dying drow. She goes, oh shit! Krixus,
Language.
How far away is she?
She's 90 feet.
Oh, okay. That's
I
cool.
don't think that matters too much for you.
Centered straight on her?
What's your dark vision, though?
One sec.
Yeah, she's out of your sight currently, Krixus. She's just bolted out of the sunlight. You don't even have dark vision, do you, as Lizardman?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I can still hear where all the stuff is going.
The
I think I
orcs
did.
are all fighting and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but I did see the direction that Nijel went, right?
Yeah, no, you seen Nijel at the distance of your vision, and you saw her run away from him. So you could take an educated guess.
So about 60, or I'm gonna go 30 feet. Then about 60 feet in that direction that Nijel went.
Oh god, it's a 60-foot radius. Yeah, you hit her. She is bathed in sunlight. So this would just barely touch Nijel too. Oh no, it would completely cover Nijel, wouldn't it?
Covers everything.
Oh my.
Yeah, so Nijel, you are bathed in sunlight. The Weaver, who just fled, is bathed in sunlight and screams in fear. And the two
shadow
giant
demons
spiders scream in fear. And all the shadow demons, oh no!
Yeah, shadows and light don't really mix well.
Oh,
are very unhappy.
by the power of the cloud, cleansed from this land.
Now you can just see the shadow demons. It hasn't affected them in any other way yet.
Yeah.
But they're not happy, I'll tell you.
Oh, no.
All right.
Is there anything near me that's an enemy?
I mean, there are some shadow demons going after orcs. There are also some like orcs that were struck down by the shadow demons that might not be dead. They're just dying. I don't know if you care.
They look care of themselves.
Okay, so is that the end of your move, Krixus?
For right now.
Okay. We move to the next in the initiative, Fawkes. What would you like to do?
Hey, Michael, you're not like oppressing your people or anything.
No, I'm not. I'm just like looking very confused.
All right, cool. I'll help you out. I'll pat him on the shoulder.
Okay.
I manifest the sword that cuts the heavens. And yeah, I'll grasp it in the air, and as I do, it changes into a giant grub.
Oh god!
Prepare to be clubbed, spiders!
It begins to wriggle and like twist and.
All right, how far away? So we got the drow, we got the spiders, and the shadow.
Yeah,
are they all in like one big group?
No, the shadow demons spread out to attack the orcs.
Okay, so the shadow demons are the orcs, and the spiders and the drow are together.
Yeah, well, the two drow are unconscious. The one other drow is 90 feet away. She seems to be fleeing, maybe, or repositioning, rather. And the two spiders on either side of Nijel, who's right up ahead of you.
All right, I'll go up to the two spiders. Prepare to get slam jam.
Okay. God damn it. Your sword wriggles and like it's got this horrible like white grubby to it.
Yeah, I'll use a bonus action to cast Divine and somehow sheathe this. It's like a grub that's been flattened.
You just shove it into your sheath.
Yeah, and it's like when I pull it out, it's like a piece of paper. It's a 2-dimensional, but still wriggles like back and. And it's like
that is horrifying.
Like flipping cut right into this boy. All right, boom. Cool. Does an 11 hit?
An 11 in their spider forms. Unfortunately, does not connect. I don't. Yeah, no.
All right, it counts off the chitin. But then I go back up. Nope.
Oh, no!
Ah! Control it.
Kaboing, kaboing.
Damn it! No.
While he's doing that, I go, that looks delicious!
And my turn there.
Okay.
Yeah, high five!
The spiders are still terrified. All right. Michael Verity, what would you like to do?
So this woman's 90 feet away from me.
Yes. She looks pretty badly beaten. I mean, she's not like on the brink of death, but she got clobbered by a lot of rocks.
I'm gonna give chase. I'm gonna dash over.
Okay. So you just rushing out.
I'm gonna rush over like coward. You call yourself. You claim to be liberators, but you're nothing but a coward who wants chaos.
Okay. So you just double move.
Yeah, I double.
Do you want to
move
use your action surge?
Would I be able to move 30 feet if I used action surge?
Yeah, you could make it to her if you action surge. It's up to you.
I mean,
now that you can see everything because.
But
of
but I don't need a dash. I don't need a dash though to get to her. Is the thing.
She was 90 feet from you though. Is the problem.
Yeah, but but I already used my dash. Now I'm 30 feet from her. So could I just?
Yep.
So could I just use an extra? I'm confused now, actually.
Well, because with
if
your
you
movement,
action surge, you can take another dash and get right up to her without any attack left.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I will get.
Yeah, that's in case you want to.
Well, you know what? I will use my action surge just so I can dash again to make sure I'm within her.
Yeah, so if she tries to run, you'll get opportunity attack.
Yep.
All right. The orc farmers freak out at the shadows, but invigorated by the sunlight, fight back. Now, 7 of these are actual attacks, and those are the only ones that matter. Because the shadow demons are otherwise immune to all of this stuff. So I'm gonna just roll.
But they can hit the spiders.
That's true, but they're trying to. They don't know that the shadow demons are immune on the first round, so they try and defend themselves from the shadow demons.
Okay.
That being said,
orders, King of.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, those are the 7.
One's a crit. One's a crit.
And they roll really damn well too. Only one of the shadow demons was not hit. All right. We move to the next in the initiative, which is the shadow demons. Okay. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, cool. I just want to make sure I have a shadow demon's health left. Correct. The shadow demons are gonna roll a charisma saving throw.
Two of them failed.
Oh no! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the shadow demons just fuck right off. They don't even stick around. The sunlight is so bright upon them that it seems whatever control this drow had upon them has been shattered. And they just go like sink into the ground as shadows and begin to go away as quickly as it can.
What
However,
a shame.
2 of the shadow demons try and slaughter your orc friends, which they do with disadvantage, which doesn't matter. One of the orcs goes down, and the second orc it does not go down. So there are now 6 dying orcs. And the orcs seem thrilled. They have fended off the shadow demons, they think.
Wait,
all by
hold on.
themselves.
Don't orcs have relentless endurance?
Do
That's
these
how
orcs
it
have
works.
not these orcs. These are orc farmers.
Yeah, sure.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Imagine if they did.
Oh God.
And we get to, I think what happens is like some of the orc farmers go to like try and recover some of the unconscious orcs and try and help them out, as the ones with the magic weapons begin to take the front. We move now to Nijel. What would you like to do? The 2 giant spider things are next to you still. Oh, and the lady
Are
is
they
30
within
feet away.
10 feet or are
5.
they in
They're
5
right up
feet?
next to you. They're within
Let me
5. They're
double
right
check
up
one
next to you.
thing. Okay, as they're still frightened, I will just walk past without disengaging towards the. Wait, she's 30 feet away from me right now, right?
Yes. Yep. So
Excellent.
you're going to provoke the 2 attacks of opportunity?
Not just. Actually, I will do it either before or after, so it's not important. Yes.
Okay. They will attempt to bite you. As they try to bite at you, they are rebuffed, unfortunately, for them.
And as I stride forward, I will just full true AoE fashion unleash my Emperor's Presence, as I would like everything within 30 feet of me to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
All right.
Including me? Oh dear.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yep.
that's yep.
Everybody.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, you're good, bruh. You're good, bruh.
Fawkes, nice save. I think that was a pretty close one. You almost failed.
What is the DC for this save?
Not terribly great, 14.
It's
Well, I think you
each
can
creature
just-
of
No,
your
I
choice.
yeah, no,
says
that
As
no,
an
I
action, each creature of your choice they can see, so you can choose not to, unless you want.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can willingly choose creature allies if you have the choice. Due to Bartholomew's big bullshit bonanza.
I
Come on,
try
it's
really
fun,
hard.
bruh.
As I
Make it
walk
fun.
forward, I kind of just look disappointedly at Michael, knowing that, oh, she succeeded again.
That being said, there are a lot of really frightened orcs.
You didn't have to choose the words.
They're allies.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're
they're
not.
not
But they're not
adventurers.
adventurers.
That's true.
All right. As
They
long
are
as
under
they're the
Bartholomew's
ones without the
protection.
weapons.
They're terrified of you, Nijel.
Oh my god.
So what does that ability do besides terrify them?
They are just
Oh,
frightened of me for 1 minute. They get their repeats at the end of each turn,
Okay.
and anything that is frightened of me and is within 10 feet has the bonus effects of taking 3 points of psychic damage at the start of their turn and not having any moves.
Alrighty. Then we move to the needles. All right. What are they gonna do?
They also need to make the save against the Conquering Presence.
Oh shit. Well,
Fail.
one of
Oh,
them
one
failed.
of them succeeded.
All right. So only one of them's frightened. The one that is frightened is going to look toward you, Fawkes sakes, and attempt to dominate you with a spell dominate person.
Get out of here. Was that whiz save? Do you want me to roll
Yeah, it's a
another?
whiz. Yeah, roll another one.
Let's
Sure.
say another 40.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And the last one, the other one will look at you, Krixus, and try and dominate you. Can you roll me with some saving throw?
Sure. What? I mean, I think I'm good.
Yeah, they're like, and you just don't care.
I just kind of shrug.
Okay. That's the end of their turn. Wow, they're way less scary
They
than I
can
thought
make
they would be.
They can make another save for.
Oh, they can repeat the save at the end of their turn.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Oh, yeah, it works
Fuck,
so
it was only
good.
one of them that needed to roll it. All right, the drow are lying on the ground, probably dead at this point. And the weaver's still alive. It's her turn. Michael, you're right up in her grill. Nijel, you're right up in her grill. She doesn't like that. She is going to cast Insect Plague.
On both of us?
Yeah, it is a, what is it, 20-foot radius sphere. So it's just going to go against you two. Which doesn't really make a huge difference. Can I roll a con save? Can I get a con save from Nijel and
Hey, Max, if you're inspired by having your proper emperor near you, you get that sweet, sweet +3.
Oh, I get a plus.
Are
Wait,
you-
I do get a +3?
Do you want it though?
God damn it!
Hundreds of little like jumping spiders just broing, 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 are leaping everywhere, and that's what this insect plague is. And it harms you physically seeing them all hop around. So each of you take 29 points of piercing damage, which is actually pretty brutal. And Krixus, it's your turn.
Yeah, so if I was to imagine where all these things are, right?
Yes.
Is it
There's, like-
positioned in such a way to where like the weaver or the needles are in like a sphere where my allies are?
No. Your allies are
They're all like all
between
grouped
them.
up between them.
Yeah, basically there's the weavers in the back next to Fawkes, or they're like right up in front of you. Basically, they're about 30 feet ahead of you, and then 30 feet directly beyond that is Fawkes or is Nijel and Michael with the weaver.
Okay, well, considering she seems to be the most pertinent problem right now, I'm gonna cast this in such a way where it's not gonna be on one of my allies. So, yeah, we're just gonna do this, and it's gonna have her in it.
Oh shit! All right. And you're gonna aim that behind her so she can't run away, or?
Yep. I want it to
boy.
just be like right where she's at and behind her.
All right. Let me roll a con saving throw because she has to roll concentration.
DC 18.
Oh!
Oh,
As a sleet storm, icy rain begins to fall from the sky above and slams into this priestess. And you can see like the webs at the end of her staff kind of beginning to tear and break from the sleet, and her concentration wavers and the insect cloud dissipates. And
by the powers of the great big cloud and all infinite wisdom, even those from the big candy mountains may prone.
Excellent. Anything else you'd like to do, Krixus? You're just shutting her down.
No, denied is what I like to call.
Excellent. Fawkes, there are two giant spiders next to you.
All right. I'll sit down on like a orc who got like thrown over here for a minute and think and be like, how do I? I'll like use my bonus action to crank the music box to get some battle music going. Like, I got it, and I sheath back my the grub sword.
It kind of splurps a little bit as you shove
All
it into the
right.
sheath.
I've got a plan. I pull it, and instead of like slashing at the spiders with like a sword, I like use it like a rapier and poke it at them and have the grub end like eat away at these spiders.
No.
She needs to make a dex save or be prone.
That works!
Oh my god.
Oh, prepare to be smote!
And I will roll
Alright,
that dex save, by the way.
God.
Oh god. All right. Did you roll the extra grub club damage though?
Yeah, it's right there. Bug damage.
Jeez, so much damage. That's a lot of damage.
Are you gonna roll that smite?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, boy,
now-
do it.
I want to tell you, this is a demon, which means it's a fiend.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wait, does that mean it takes double smite damage?
It does. Oh my god!
So Fawkes, you tried to hit it with a grove club, and it just like blah. And you're like,
It just consumes its head and bites it.
The mouth just.
Perfect plan.
Jesus Christ!
It ate the whole thing. I'm assuming it just ate the entire thing.
75, 81 points of damage. It's still alive, but there's like a chunk ripped out of it, and it's just.
No. It's not done yet. It will keep munching on its face like Shredder, and I'll like swing him around with the club.
That was it?
18.
Yep.
-2 damage. It's not another.
Not another shashing. You get that once per turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, once per turn. So that is 20 damage.
19, 20 damage? Are you using anything else on it, or is that at the end?
Is it? Yeah, one.
Okay. It is a
I'm gonna
fiend.
use. Oh, another third
Still a
level
fiend?
smite.
Oh,
It
Jesus
is still.
It's,
Yeah.
I just say it died. I'm pretty sure it's dead now. Jesus Christ, how did this thing? This thing somehow-
Dead.
Okay.
All right.
That's 28 damage, I think.
No, that's the
38.
14.
38 on the second hit.
He's still up.
All right. That's it.
All
I'm
right,
just
but
murderer.
It is in bad shape, but it's still quite alive. All right. So that was your turn. Jesus Christ. We are at Michael's turn. Michael, what would you like to do? The Weaver is up ahead of you. She is prone, knocked down by the sleet storm. Bathed in sunlight. She is in a bad spot. And she's just kind of like desperately holding up her staff to try and block your attacks. And she's just kind of screaming about how much she hates you.
Oh, you're gonna hate me even more. And then I just take I'm just gonna step back a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm just going to cast this, and I'm just gonna like, you hate me now? Wait until you feel my justice, my wrath. And then I cast this at level 8.
On innuendo.
Oh my god. Okay, so way overkill. Michael just pointing the sword down at her, and the light kind of pulses up at the hilt before blasting out into her, and she just kind of like screams, and as the light fades, she is no more.
I keep her alive.
Well, she's not there anymore.
Yeah, no. What will happen is she's going to end up in the dungeon, and she will be set as the example for what happens when people try to commit terror on our lands.
Ooh, are you sure you're not like
the orc farmer cheer? Meanwhile, Fawkes is like, wait a minute, who? Anything else you'd like to do, Michael? I mean, she's gone. She's wrecked.
Are the spiders still there?
Yes, they're still there.
Then I'm going to the spiders to finish them off, and I'm going to go to the spiders to help Fawkes takes out.
All right, so you just rush over to where Fawkes is. Fawkes seems to have just really fucked up one of the spiders.
Yeah, get him, Fawkes!
Cheer, and they are going to descend upon the shadow demons. Now there are 7 of them with magic weapons. So we're gonna roll out 7 attacks. Oh my god!
Damn.
Oh yeah, orc boys!
Oh yeah!
So that is gonna be 25, 30 more damage to that one. One of the shadow demons is destroyed.
Legit.
The other one, oh my god, they should have advantage on these, shouldn't they? Because in sunlight, huh? No, that's not how it works. All right, cool. That being said, that's still going to be 20 damage to the other one. So one shadow demon is barely still standing. The other shadow demon is destroyed by the barrage of magical weapons. And the remaining orcs will attempt to do medicine checks. All right. It looks like two of the orcs that fell actually died. But they died defending their town. All right. Let's see. Orcs. The one shadow demon will roll his charisma save, and he will run away because he is in daylight. Nijel, it's your move. What would you like to do?
So off to the gulag with her, I suppose, Mr. Verity. How generous of you keeping her alive.
1 sec. Pulled Farku back up.
Oh, yeah, Farku. Gotcha. Move him up. Welcome back, Farku.
Hello.
Hello
Thank
there,
you.
sir.
Gotcha, bro.
And thank you. I shall use her as an example to make sure that this kingdom is safe from chaos.
I thought you were weak keeping your little pets here. I suppose you can be just as merciless as me when the chance suits you. And I will walk up, and these clearly aren't. It was a rare sight indeed. And as Nijel walks up, he's just going to quickly dispatch the 2 unconscious drow on the ground with a poke and a poke to kill them.
They're dead.
And I
Tear
will
them up.
sweet bonus act. Look over to the can't think of the name. Spider. Why can I not think of spider? Look over to the spider. Would you say it's within 10 feet of me?
Yeah, you're able to get right up to it if you want.
Excellent. Getting right up to it's not necessary. I'll simply look to it and... Oh god, this is the first time I'm actually making an attack that will deal damage.
Alright, you'll hit with a spiritual weapon. Are you going for the one that Fawkes is nearly killed, or the other one?
The other one.
Oh, that's
no
nice of you.
reason to kill still from Fawkes. He's strong enough to handle that on his own.
Okay.
12.
Alrighty. 12 points of damage. Your spiritual weapon whips it and appears and damages the spider creature. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or is that the end?
That will do it for now.
Alright. It's the spider creature's turn. The one that is still, like, cognizant... I'm sorry, the one that's barely alive is going to go for you, Fawkes. And I realize it has 2 attacks, so that would have made a difference, maybe.
He has disadvantage now that I'm right up on him. Oh, wait, no, the other one's frightened.
The other one does, yeah. Fawkes, does a 22 hit you? Oh,
we lost
Fawkes.
On deck.
All right, Fawkes, welcome back.
All right.
Does a 22 hit you?
Fawkes.
No.
You all right?
No. Yeah, 22 doesn't hit.
Okay, so the one spider that you've nearly destroyed attempts to kill you. The other spider is going to kind of like look toward each of you, is going to shape change into what looks like a horrible sickly yellow tree with like a huge eye in its face on the front of it. And that is what it's going to do. And it's going to like waddle away a little bit. You can attack of opportunity it if you want. No, this is the full health one, or nearly full health one. It's just like, nope, fucking off, and it starts to walk away. This horrible, giant, sickly tree. Would you like to make attacks of opportunity, Fawkes and Nijel, or you just let it go?
Definitely.
I'll get in on this.
Oh.
Grub sword and...
Poke, poke.
Poke, poke, stab, stab, slashy, slashy.
I think that hits.
Okay.
I think that hits.
That will, yeah, definitely hit. Oh, God. I realize, are you guys going to smite it, or are you guys just going to let it go?
I did a first smite.
Okay.
I'll bop it a little bit, but no need to smite. That's just brute.
Okay. So, all right, he's still doing pretty okay. Kinda. The Weaver's dead. Krixus, your move.
Spook boy takes 3.
Alrighty, that's him. I will give the extra 3. What would you like to do, Krixus? Krixus?
I'm looking at which one I want to use. Oh, I'm gonna do this.
Krixus? There's only one. Well, I guess there are 2 enemies left. There's a maimed creature and a just kind of hurt thing.
Well, the one that's trying to escape. There you go, bro.
Oh,
and it's actually DC 18. My DC's messed up.
It will roll that dex save. It will fail. And it will take some fire damage. You just surround it with fire?
Yep.
Okay. It is badly injured. Is there anything else you'd like to do? It's grievously injured, actually.
That's it for right.
Okay. We move to the next in the initiative order, which is Fawkes. Fawkes, the tree creature that was waddling away from you, is now surrounded by a wall of fire. Would you like to do anything?
What happened
this
to
one is
the
still
spider?
up.
Yeah, the spider's still up. The first
I'll
spider's
just
still
have
up.
my I'll just have my sword finish consuming.
Okay, you just poke it with the grub club. You'll hit it. All right, you kill it.
Okay.
It was so maimed, I'm not even going to ask you to smite on that. You kill it.
Ah, yeah.
Does your grub club like comically open its mouth and just eat it whole and it's just gone? Or
Yep.
okay, excellent. It's like a little you chunk.
Yep.
Yeah. So this guy's a tree, right?
Yeah, it's a horrible, sickly yellow tree-looking creature with like a big eye in the trunk.
All right.
Got some tentacles.
Is he in the fire?
Yeah, he's completely surrounded by a circle of fire.
I'll just shoot. I don't want to get going in for it.
I could deal with it, but I don't want to.
It's like, it's fine. I'll go over to those orcs that went, and I'll pat them on the back. Not healing just yet because I already used my action.
Yep, excellent.
And I'll
they were so yeah, we did it, we won.
I'll give Nijel some menacing music to make him more scary. Yeah,
excellent.
As a bonus action, and then end my turn.
Michael, it's your turn. What would you like to do? All that's left is that horrible, sickly one of the spiders transformed into this tree demon, and it looks like it's trying to flee.
I'm not going into that wall of fire because that's stupid. No, I just point my sword at it and blast it with my remaining charge.
Oh, you have a charge left?
Yes, I used level 8 instead of 9.
Oh, damn. Go ahead and blast it.
Wow.
Damn, that's a really good roll for that too. Oh, I guess actually pretty reasonable, pretty normal. All right, Christmas saving throw. It's actually good at that. All right, it's gonna take half the damage. That's radiant damage, so it's not resistant to it. So it's gonna be 11.
Oh boy.
All right, this creature is looking incredibly injured. The orc farmers will throw rocks at it.
Yes, finish off the tree.
Oh my god, it's not immune, it's just resistant. They throw rocks at it.
Millions of rocks.
9.
Rocks fall, yokels die.
9 rocks fall and the yokel dies. The rocks bonk onto it, and it kind of just collapses in the wall of fire and begins to melt. I'll say it sets on fire as well.
Absolute win.
And as you all stand now in the city square, all enemies dispatched, you hear the crickets kind of returning in the distance slowly, and the orcs look to you all and say, "Wow, I can't believe it! We defeated them! We saved the town!"
I shoot and kill the orc that killed the tree and stole my kill.
What?
You did
What?
indeed. Oh, shit.
For fuck's sakes!
Hey, I didn't do anything.
Nijel, you go to shoot the tree to shoot the orc, and then you see the yokel just kind of like poke up in one eye and start to move again, and you quickly turn around and shoot that instead, and finish off the yokel. And the yokel dies, and the orc's like, "Oh, wow! For a minute, I thought you were gonna shoot me. All I did was throw some stupid rocks."
I dispel the wall of fire.
Okay.
They don't call me the light of the.
going.
They don't call me the light of the dawn for no reason.
And go ahead, Michael.
Well, I let the people know that it is now safe to come out, so that they
Yeah,
may
I
return
mean-
to their homes.
The orcs go out into the town square, and there is much rejoicing as the needles that had been threatened the town have now been defeated, hopefully for good. There is a great, even though it's very late, a great celebration. Many fine drinks and foods are served. Not quite up to your standard, Krixus, but you have a kind of unique palate among these kinds of people.
Bring
And-
me your in. I shall feel the assistance of my two esteems.
All right, time to pull out the disco driftgo
It becomes a disco party.
dance party.
Oh,
24.
you're gonna like this.
And
You're gonna like this.
Michael,
I change
as-
into like some 80s disco clothes. Break out on
God.
the dance floor. All right, let's go.
Oh,
And as the evening comes to an end, all of the orcs are very grateful, Michael, that you have led your heroes, your allies, in defeating this menace. And there's a disco party.
Well,
There's like a healing conga line going on with the healing.
There is one thing left I wish to do before we end
Uh-huh.
this. I go up to the chieftain and I tell him, I know you've
My
sworn
lord.
I know you've sworn off fighting, but there comes a time when we must learn to defend our people, and your people have proven themselves that they can fight back against threats. So
I understand.
So what I shall do is I shall send this town some weapons. I am promoting you as leader of the Grung militia. And I would want for you to train these the orcs that wish to fight. So
They'll
should
train them.
any danger or emergency come, they will be
We're
prepared.
pretty good at fighting. We dealt with those shadow demons really well.
I know. I know you did. That's why I'm promoting you to. That's why I'm promoting you to head of the militia. So if any emergency comes back, you will be prepared.
He salutes. Oh, thank you.
after I heal up the downed
Uh-huh.
orcs with the assistance of my friends, I'm gonna go back to where I had cast daylight, and I'm gonna use the kite shield and the wand of the blizzard, and I'm just gonna fly around in like a snow globe of light.
Okay. Fucker
The whole
leads the
time
conga
singing the
line.
praises of the cloud. Join me, Cloud Brothers.
Krixus proselytizes, and Michael, the orc chieftain, says, "Your friends are really weird."
Everyone has their quirks, I would say.
Oh, I guess we gotta give these magic weapons back to Fawkes. Here you
Don't
go.
worry, I'll be sure to send a shipment of weapons your way. No more needing to constantly throw rocks if you not need it.
He
The one I gave
salutes.
the one I gave the crown of disintellect, I take it off and I cast Lesser Restoration, so he's fine.
He's in a puddle of drool, but he seems fine. And
There,
with
there.
that,
Wise
This-
one.
strange adventure comes to an end. You have succeeded. You have killed these foes, and the town is safe, and one of the few threats to ever really interfere in the kingdom of Miradara has been quelled, or well, rather quashed. So, congrats, guys! thank you all for playing.
Woo!